Welcome to the Thomas Nelson Community College Press Play podcast studio. I'm Bob Flynn, and I'll be your host. I work in marketing and communications at Thomas Nelson, writing all sorts of stories about all aspects of the college. And you've already met Jim Worthy. He's our theater manager by day, and or actually maybe it's by night, at least when the students are back on campus. And he also helps out with all our podcast stuff. So, we just wanted to talk about the dual enrollment program, and we understand, I guess a number of you are actually receiving your degree or certificate from Thomas Nelson before you're actually getting your degree from your high school, which is kind of unusual. So we just wanted to talk about that and then the dual enrollment program itself. But why don't we first go around and just introduce ourselves?
Hi, yes, I'm Maya Miller. I'm a senior at Phoebus.
Hi, I'm Maggie Haley. I'm one of the dual enrollment coordinators with Thomas Nelson Community College, and one of my areas is with the Hampton School Division.
Okay.
It's Denasia.
Denasia. And are you at Phoebus too?
Yeah, I'm at Phoebus doing the ACE program.
Good afternoon. My name is Patrice Williams, Academy Principal for the Academy of the College Experience. And the young people that we have here with us today are a part of ACE and will be receiving their associates in either science or social science on May 13th.
Hey, my name is Moises Luna, and I'm also a senior at the ACE Academy here at Phoebus High School.
My name is Jalen, and I'm on the social science pathway for ACE.
I'm DeQuaze Green, and I'm a senior at Phoebus High School in ACE program.
Hello, I'm Latoya Lawson. I'm the college and career coach for Phoebus High School.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Linda Hubbard. I'm one of the dual enrollment coordinators at Thomas Nelson.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Thank you all for taking time to discuss this. And this will be real informal. A lot of the questions could be anyone can answer. I guess, first of all, for the leadership at the college and the schools, can you explain what the dual enrollment program is?
Of course. So the Academy of the College Experience allows the students to take the dual enrollment course to satisfy their Virginia Department of Education requirements for graduation, as well as satisfy the requirements for their associate's degree. ACE allows our students to begin taking their dual enrollment courses sophomore year. They start with 2 electives, which is your dual enrollment health and your dual enrollment public speaking. As they enter the 11th grade year, they begin to embrace their core classes in English, history, math, and science, along with psychology. During their senior year, it's prescribed based on if they're pursuing a science or social science pathway, and they do it all from the comfort of Phoebus High School at no cost to them.
Now, are these similar at all the area high schools, the way the programs are set up and the classes you have to take, or do they vary from high school to high school?
So they vary from high school to high school and from school division. So it just depends. I would say that Hampton probably has the most aggressive program because of the number of students who will be earning their degrees. The dual enrollment name means that they are enrolled both in their high school and at Thomas Nelson. And they take college level classes. Their instructors and their classes are at the high school, but their instructors have been certified to be able to teach college level classes. And so it's not just that students are able to take their regular high school classes and earn college credit. These teachers have been certified to teach college classes. So the dual enrollment is very special, and again, a certain level of student is needed to participate in these classes.
For the students, when did you first learn or hear about dual enrollment, and what was your initial reaction?
I think for me personally, I heard about the Dual Enrollment Academy or the ACE Academy here at Phoebus my freshman year, since part of the academy is the Success 101, and it's kind of where we learn about the different academies and what we want to do in life. I personally want to be a pharmacist, and I didn't have an academy that directly matched up with that, so I did the ACE Academy to get some of my college classes out of the way. So that's why I heard about it.
I personally heard about the program when I was in ninth grade too, but I also heard a little bit about it in eighth grade when they were kind of putting it together. But when they were informing us about the program, so we could choose, that's when I heard about it when I was in ninth grade.
My experience was a little bit different than everybody else's. I came from a city across the bridge. There's a bridge tunnel and it's about like 20 minutes away. I moved down here my junior year, and I had no idea that this schools or like the system in Hampton had the same amount of opportunities that they had in Virginia Beach. And I came from a health sciences, so I wanted to transfer to something that was kind of similar. But then as I was talking to one of the counselors, like my first day in the school, they were telling me about ACE Academy and how it would like benefit me, and they were just explaining the details about it. And I was very interested in earning a free college degree before I graduated from high school. So I was like, I'm all in this idea, and it was great. I just enjoyed it.
My experience was a little bit weird. I went in a bit dark to everything, so I didn't know about any of the academies until I was like in my ninth grade year picking out which one I wanted to go to. And at that time, I didn't know what I wanted to actually do after high school, so ACE seemed to be pretty good, just based on you can get a college diploma, so that'll help you in whatever sort of thing you want to do in life. But I know now what I want to do. It just bought me time.
When I first went to Phoebus, I was actually in the engineering academy my freshman year, and then I switched my sophomore year to the digital production academy. And then at the end of that year, I just decided, I was like, I think I want to do ACE. So I kind of experienced all the academies a little bit, but yeah.
Did any of you think you would graduate, again, earn the college degree before the high school one? Or when did you realize that was going to happen?
So for me, I thought it was too good to be true. So I was just like, I'm going to earn the dual enrollment credits. So that's like it's a great thing regardless. But like getting a college degree before you graduate from high school just seems beyond like belief. So I had to like test the waters a little bit and just like go through the process. And then as I went on through the program, it just became more and more like real.
I personally, I believed it to be true, but I was kind of skeptical because I knew that, it requires a certain type of student in order to earn an associate's degree to be in this program. You have to be very dedicated. And before I enrolled into the ACE Academy, I had a little bit of trouble with that. So I was just thinking it was one of those things, being that, it was very new and we were the first class to graduate with it. That was just kind of a thing to test to see if, high school students would be able to go through with it. And I felt like I wouldn't, be in that curve. So, it was a little bit too good to be true at first, but I did believe it was possible.
Well, like for me personally, I kind of just switched into the academy. I didn't really know what it was until like we started junior year. And then once I was going through, I was like, dang, will I really be able to do this? But with the help from my teachers and mentors like Miss Williams and Miss Lawson, they really helped guide the way in having us get to that part of the academy, the degree, whatever.
With my situation, I was gonna do it regardless. Like failure wasn't an option. I didn't have anything I knew I wanted to do after high school, so I wanted to put myself in a good position regardless of what I decided to do. So I went to the academy knowing that I was going to succeed because I didn't really have any other choice.
I went my freshman year, I was at Kickingham, and so I actually transferred schools to do ACE. So I knew that you were supposed to graduate with an associate's degree and supposed to come out like that. But for me, it was more proving myself that I could do it, proving myself that I could succeed. So I always knew that it was something that you were supposed to do, but it was me more figuring out that I could do it and that I was capable of it.
What was the most surprising aspect of the program?
For me personally, I believe that the most surprising part was the community within it. I kind of went in thinking, because you don't really get into your ACE Academy classes until your 11th grade year, which is when, she said you concentrate on it. So most of the time, all of our classes, we were with the same people, in the senior class, so I didn't expect everyone to be so supportive of each other because, that wasn't something that would go on, before I was into the ACE Academy. So I just didn't expect everybody to kind of band together and for us to all get through it to this point where we're graduating. So that was kind of surprising me,
How many people are in your group or in that class taking all these?
There are 27 of them in this particular cohort.
Wow. Is that a particularly big cohort or is it average size? Or?
It's our first cohort. Hampton City Schools implemented the academies 4 years ago. So this is our first graduating cohort. Cohort 22 and higher have very large cohorts, anywhere from 40 to 95 students. So the academy has grown. The one thing that I commend this group on is that they have hung in there with us while we've made some pivots, and they've been diligent in their studies. I think for me, they have learned to communicate effectively with their teachers and be able to share their concerns. Like when we first started out their first semester as a junior in ACE, they were taking 17 college credits. And we know generally, students take anywhere from 12 to 15. And they let their voices be heard that this is a lot, Miss Williams. we need some help. We need some relief. So because of this cohort and their diligence and their dedication, we were able to work with Maggie and Miss Lawson to get it changed so that they could start the dual enrollment in 10th grade year. And so it's because of their honesty. They have been honest about the process throughout that we've been able to make those adjustments to ensure that, the next cohort has an opportunity that's not as rigorous as theirs was. But they've been champions. Like, I don't know, I consider all of them my babies, but I have to remember they're adults, young adults, but they're truly dear to my heart. I know Miss Lawson and Miss Maggie and I have talked many times after hours, and we're like, look, Miss Maggie said it best the other day. She said, I feel like I am the mother hen of the group. And Miss Lawson has called and said, I need you to speak with your son, or I need you to speak with your daughter. So when DeQuez says it's a community inside of a community, we are truly our own little family.
And then is this going to be the plan going forward as far as once they start the program, when they graduate from high school, they will also have an associate degree from the college? So was that the goal going in, or was the goal just trying to get them as much college credit as possible?
Our superintendent, Dr. Smith, wants to make sure that every student has the opportunity to take college credits. That's the reason dual enrollment is offered at all of the high schools. But the goal of ACE was to ensure that students, regardless if they are pursuing workforce development after high school, the military, or college, that they have the opportunity to leave high school with an associate's degree to help, them obtain whatever road that they decide to travel. So it was definitely the objective to have that associate's degree.
So then this is a group within the dual enrollment? Are there other dual enrollment students, at Phoebus that, they won't have the degree, they'll just have as many credits as they can. So that's like a different pathway?
Yes. So at Phoebus, all of our students have the opportunity, at all of the high schools, they have the opportunity to take dual enrollment courses. We have just specialized ACE so that we are checking the requirements for Thomas Nelson to make sure our young people can earn their associate's degree.
For the students, what's one thing you would like to change about it, if you could?
The one thing I wanted them to change is something they're already doing. Like when we're the first cohort. So when we first went into it, everything was new to everybody. So we kind of just got thrown into the fire. But since they've, refined everything now, the generations that are coming after us are gonna have an easier time transitioning into like the more rigorous classes and stuff. Then we started things, which is we will or were.
Yeah, that was I think my biggest issue is we went from taking regular sophomore level classes like honor level English to now you're in a dual enrollment college English, taking dual enrollment college courses, having to read these college level readings, writing college level essays, and it wasn't just one class. It wasn't just, okay, English is a little bit harder this year. It was every single class, and every single class was 10 times harder, and then we were all not failing but struggling. And I think that's what brought us together so much, is not only were we all struggling, but we all still have lives. I know Moses plays several sports. I play softball. We all have clubs. We all have jobs. You know, like I work 2 jobs, and so it's the college level classes on top of the regular lives that we work that was so difficult of a transition. But like Ms. Williams said, the generations now can take some of their classes earlier, so it's a little bit easier transition. So I think the problems that we have are already being fixed.
So us being the kind of the guinea pigs of the ACE Academy, it felt as if this was like a different type of AP class, except all your classes were AP. And coming from only taking like 2 to 3 AP courses from my freshman and sophomore year to taking all dual enrollment classes, it was kind of a hard transition. And the pace picked up like from the first day. Like as soon as we walked into that classroom, like it was just go, 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 go. And it's not as much as it was hard as it was like, if you fall behind, you're going to have a really hard time picking it back up. And I'm glad that we have the counselors and the great teachers that allowed us to kind of reset ourselves into the classroom, just kind of like giving us opportunities to make up assignments and to kind of like talk ourselves through like our emotions and like how we feel about the class and certain subjects. Like they were really open with us as well.
You weren't guinea pigs, you're trailblazers.
It's a better term.
I just wanted to piggyback off of what everyone else said really quick. You know, like I agree. Like the thing that I would change is, you know, it's already been changed. It was just a little hard, you know, coming in, going from high school classes to directly to dual enrollment courses, you know, but I will commend Ms. Lawson and Ms. Williams and everyone else who's behind the scenes, because me and another student, when we came to them, you know, we voiced the problems of the class. It was just like everybody was just kind of having problems with the workload. I'm sorry. And they made change to help us to get through the program within a good time, you know. And I just think that's what kind of helped, and it fixed the problem for all of us. And for everyone else coming behind us, it'll be a little bit easier to move through because they already have an example to go by.
Would you recommend it to other students, younger siblings, or friends?
I think it definitely depends on the person. Kind of the same thing, like college isn't for everyone. There are students who can do it. There are students who, if you have enough motivation, you can do it regardless of your previous grades and any of that. Like me personally, I have a learning disability. So I went in thinking I couldn't do it, which is kind of why I was like, I need to prove it to myself that I can. So there is definitely people that can do it. You just need the drive to be able to. You can go through these classes regardless of whether you're quote unquote a smart student. You just have to have the motivation and the drive. And I think if you're just not one of those students who college is right for you or something like that, it might not be the best fit for you because it will bring down your GPA. You will fail classes. But overall, I definitely would recommend it to students. So you have these great connections, you have this family, and then you're going to start off kind of a step ahead.
I 100% agree with her, and I do not want to speak for everybody in the ACE Academy, but I don't think any of us would consider ourselves like just truly smart as much as we are motivated and hardworking. Because at this point, it's to the point where you have to like learn how to learn. They don't kind of hold your hand like they used to in freshman year, sophomore year. They don't sit beside you and teach you every little thing. You kind of have to teach yourself how to learn faster and keep up with the group. And I feel like all of us did that really well. And it was very stressful for all of us. And we've had our moments where we kind of didn't know what to do with ourselves, but we just kept pushing forward. We looked at each other and we're like, we're going to finish this through. And we did it. I would recommend it to anybody that that wants to go to the next level and just, I mean, you're going through high school courses anyway. Why not get your associate's degree for free?
I often end up speaking to underclassmen because, well, before COVID, I was a freshman mentor. So the freshmen that I did mentor, they're still picking which academy they want to go to. And I'll always suggest ACE, especially if they didn't know what to do, because at least once you graduate, you have something to lean back on, sort of. And also, like, sometimes we would have middle schoolers come into the school, and I would also like let them know, like, hey, this is like a really nice option that you should consider because it's free college basically, and everyone should take advantage of that.
I would definitely recommend ACE. When anyone asks me about it, how the program works, I of course explain it, but I do give the disclaimer that you do really have to dedicate yourself and dig deep down to pull through because, we were all very lucky to have such a dynamic group and, all of us kind of have the same mind. So we all kind of held each other's hands and pulled each other through. And we also had a strong team behind us to kind of, troubleshoot when they noticed that we were having a lot of issues with this specific topic. I'm so sorry. Specific topic, it's a lot of support behind it. So I just always give the disclaimer, you have to be very dedicated and you have to truly want it. But once you get it, it's definitely worth it. So I definitely do recommend ACE.
Now I'm assuming all of you had plans to go to college, which is one of the reasons you went to this program. And I've heard a few times about the cost and how you're getting a free degree. How much did that factor in to each of your decisions?
It definitely was a very big factor for me. I am going to a private school in Pennsylvania. It's called Wilkes University to be a pharmacist. So I have to go to school for 6 years, like period blank. To be a pharmacist, you have to go to school for 6 years, which is expensive, especially the schools I was looking at, small private schools. Like tuition is $60,000 a year. It's a lot. So to get these classes out of the way so that I don't have to do them definitely benefits me.
It definitely played a big role for me personally because, like she said, you want those 2 years that you put in already to apply. And there is a variation between, how every college applies the classes, your prerequisites. So it definitely played a big role because I wanted the work that I put towards my degree to go forward. So it did play a big role in me choosing the college that I did.
It played a big role in me deciding because I think one of the main things I'm concerned about, like going into adulthood, is debt, and I really don't want to get too much of that. So it really did just play a part because that's a part that I don't have to pay for.
Do you mind sharing with them how you pivot, how you selected what your post-secondary goal would be? Because you made a shift towards the end.
Well, right now I'm trying to go into the military, the Air Force to be exact. And I didn't even know this until like they told me, because he was asking me what kind of classes I was taking. I was like, I'm about to graduate with my associates. And he was like, oh, you can go in at a higher rank and get more money like than most people would. So it benefited me anyways, like in multiple ways.
So for me, Miss Williams and Miss Lawson know 100% that I was so stressed out about choosing a college, about money, about just anything that comes after high school. And I only came to high school with like one goal in mind, and that was to be at the very top of my class. And that was me thinking that if I were to do that, that everything else would come easy. I would get free college, like I would be going wherever I wanted to go. And it didn't go exactly as I planned it to be. And I always told him, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go. I haven't received like this scholarship for this school. I haven't received a scholarship for this one. And April 2nd, less than a month before we had to submit, I received a full ride to UVA, and that was the only full ride scholarship I got. And I'm 100% committed. I'm talking to the coaches, so I'll hopefully be able to start as freshman on the football team. And it's just kind of like a dream coming true, but it's been a process throughout the entire high school career. It's just like nothing came true, nothing came like 100% until like the very last moment. So that was a very big factor for me. It's just the scholarship and just earning it there.
Mr. Luna Tubbs, are you going to share with them your other accomplishment?
Yeah, so I'm valedictorian at Phoebus High School, and that was the one goal I had in mind since freshman year from my other high school. Yeah, and it was hard. It wasn't easy. I kind of pushed away a lot of people and a lot of opportunities that I had socially, and I do have some regrets, but I wouldn't change anything I've done. And I mean, I am where I am now, so I'll just keep moving forward and just learn from my mistakes.
So have the rest of you decided on what college or what else you're doing? I guess we have two going to college, one in the Air Force.
I decided I'm going to Old Dominion University, and I'm going to major in maritime supply chain management. So we've decided there.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna also end up going to ODU or Hampton University, depending on who I hear back from, I guess more. But I'm gonna do computer engineering with either or, and then after that, after I get out of college, I'm gonna also go in the Air Force like the nation because I want that higher pay grade.
Wow. An ambitious group. Okay, now I guess for mostly for the leaders there, how do you see the importance of the dual enrollment programs? I mean, the ACE one specifically and just dual enrollment in general.
I see dual enrollment as an opportunity for our students to challenge themselves. The one thing that I always stress to parents and students is it's not for your gifted learners. It's not for what we consider high flyers, but it's an opportunity for you to really challenge yourself, to propel you for a lot of students to the next level. I think having teachers here at Phoebus High School that are credentialed to teach the course makes the students a little bit more comfortable because they have built relationships with those teachers. They feel comfortable asking for additional support. So I think dual enrollment is something that should be offered to all students to really make them explore and to challenge themselves to step up. I guess step it up is the best way I can say it, because you never know what you can do until you try. And that's the one thing that I always championed Maya on when she was in middle school, when she was told that she couldn't take your honors, your AP, or your dual enrollment courses. And for her, guidance counselor to see her now, getting ready to graduate with her associate's degree speaks volume to dual enrollment is obtainable for all students. And you don't have to be that top student in your class to have that opportunity.
Have any of you seen any trends with dual enrollment? Is it becoming more popular? Are the numbers increasing? And what's been the reaction from the students involved?
Come on, Miss Lawson, bring us home with that.
I was about to say, I'll take that one. I was trying to avoid turning my mic on. It's lunch over here, and there's a lot of movement behind me. But again, I think it really goes back to, like you all talked about, the types of students that we are pushing through the dual enrollment program. I think our biggest marketing tool is the word of mouth piece, and to have young people like these awesome students that you see here who are doing absolutely amazing things. They're the ones that are talking it through, and they're sharing that information with parents and students. So when they're seeing these success stories and these sweet babies walk across the stage with a college degree before they even get their high school diploma, that says a lot for the ACE Academy. And for dual enrollment, I think for many people, that cost factor, the fact that we are providing them with resources and tools, and they have that cohort, those small learning communities where they're able to lean on each other, like these students have so eloquently said. I think it really is helping students understand that there is a level of equity in dual enrollment. It's not, like Ms. Williams said, for those high flyers, but it's really for those students who are motivated and want to move further and faster, and then see the economics of it all, where if I'm able to get even if it's only 12 credits, that's 12 credits that I'm not having to pay for, once I get out of high school. So there are benefits to dual enrollment. And like Maya said, you got to be careful. It can be a slippery slope, but we do our very best to make sure that those resources are available to those students. Certainly want to commend the leadership at Phoebus and all of the high schools in Hampton City Schools when it comes to building this program. They put a firm foundation together when it comes to those teachers. We'd certainly be remiss if we didn't talk about the wonderful instructors that are working with these students who are going that extra mile to make sure they have everything they need, along with those counselors and the principals and superintendents and everybody who is going to be like cheerleaders on the day that these young people walk across the stage. So I get so terribly full. I told Maya yesterday, we were talking, that I'll probably just be on the floor fainting somewhere. They'll be fanning me at graduation when all these sweet babies walk across the stage, because it really is a holistic view of watching these babies grow and mature and get academically sound, and they've created all these bonds. And I think that dual enrollment played a large part of that. But again, they've leaned on each other and they have helped each other grow. So it really is something that I think that they will remember for the rest of their lives. I hope they'll come back and see us old folks once they get rich and famous. They won't forget us. But we love them, and we certainly appreciate everything that they do for us, because again, they do as much for us as we do for them. So we appreciate them. And Miss Haley and everybody over Thomas Nelson, Miss Hubbard, all of them, amazing team of people, and we appreciate them as well.
You had asked about numbers of students, and I have some data that was shared with everybody just on Monday. Back in 2015 and 16, there were only 61 students from Hampton City Schools in dual enrollment programs. And in 2019-20, there were 330 students in dual enrollment. And I don't have data for this year yet because we're still registering students for spring classes. But that's quite a bit of an increase over that. And Hampton City Schools does have more dual enrolled students than any other of the school divisions in the area. So we're going to have some competition going on here, I think, amongst the other divisions. And one more thing I want to share real quick. I don't know that the students know this. I'm going to show it, but the governor has sent awards, and it is called the Governor's Scholar, and you will be receiving this emblem at your graduation at one of them. We're going to figure out how you are to get this, but the Governor Northam has recognized this group of students as being in high school and earning their college degree. So we're very excited to be able to offer these to you.
And if I could just add one last piece, I just want to say that although the team here at Phoebus, we work very hard to support our kids, I would be remiss if I didn't speak to how much Thomas Nelson helps us. And the phone calls and the willingness and the flexibility is phenomenal. Just going out of the way to support us, to make sure our young people are on track. They listen to our suggestions, they implement things to help our young people to be successful. And without the team that we have, without that bond that we share, none of this would be possible. So I sincerely thank Thomas Nelson for the late hours, for your flexibility, for being that mother hen, and for always being willing to say, sure, Miss Lawson or Miss Williams, let us take a look at that and see how we can support. Or did you know that this was available that your students can take advantage of at Thomas Nelson? We have free tutoring services. Or yes, let us look and see how we can get that teacher credentialed, or what else do they need to take. Without Thomas Nelson, we would not be here today. So the hat truly goes off to their support and dedication to make sure our young people were able to achieve this associate's degree. So I thank you.
Thank you.
For Linda and Maggie then, in what ways does Thomas Nelson benefit with an arrangement like this?
I think just the having the high school students being able to take college classes, again, knowing that they can be successful. And it also influences other students who might want to take college or who are thinking about college in the future. They don't have to earn a degree, but they can certainly take college level classes in their high school to also save money and then continue on at Thomas Nelson. So it's a win-win relationship with Hampton, with the ACE Academy, and with all the other high schools in Hampton.
How many dual enrollment students overall are there at Thomas Nelson when you take into account all the school districts on the peninsula?
Oh, Ms. Hubbard, is it like
We
1,700?
just had a little workshop on that, and I didn't write down the numbers, but isn't it something like 1,200 or something?
Wow.
It's over. Yes, it's in the thousands. I know that. I thought it was more like 1,600 or 1,700.
Well, I bet when we add in VAST and VEST, the space academies probably.
Yeah,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Governor,
And it
School.
grows every year.
Yes.
Yes. So the same trend is there, is that the numbers are getting bigger
Yeah.
every year.
Yes.
Does anyone else have anything else to say about the program or your experiences?
We are so proud of them. We can't, it makes your heart swell to see what they've accomplished and how difficult it was, knowing how difficult it was. And it's really true. The motivation is the key. If you don't have the motivation or the ambition to take on this tasks of learning how to study differently, managing your time, figuring out how to study best, it's a tremendous accomplishment, and you all really, really deserve a big pat on the back. And we're just so proud of you.
Well, if anyone has any,
If I could add anything.
Sure.
Yeah, I know these people that I'm speaking with today. I know all the students in the ACE Academy just because we're such a small group. And I know we kind of rely on each other a lot. And through that, we kind of understand that a lot of us are working. We're sitting behind a computer at home. Some of us don't have the opportunity to go back. And we're all just doing things outside of the ACE Academy that kind of don't give us any free room to enjoy high school. And we've done a great job at doing the different sports, working at jobs, doing the other things we do outside of school, and as well as finishing and completing our associate's degree in high school. I feel like it's more impressive for somebody to do all those things at once than kind of, I don't know, just multitask in high school and be at the top of the class normally. I feel like we've kind of broken a barrier that hasn't been broken before.
I just want to piggyback off that real quick. I just want to say, I just really am amazed by how far we've gotten, especially with the circumstances with the pandemic and everything, because we had just entered into our junior year. And when the pandemic hit, we were still in the ACE program. We were still trying to get used to the workload and everything. And for us to push through with virtual learning, and, the teachers weren't necessarily sure on how to teach us, virtually and everything like that. And it wasn't all put together at first, but for us to pull through, even when we couldn't necessarily see the light, it's just amazing that we're here. Time has really moved by really fast. So I just wanted to say that, and I'm just very grateful for it,
And I just want to say thank you to everyone here in person, to Ms. Williams and Ms. Lawson, but then also behind the scenes who I haven't got to meet personally, because I know I couldn't have done it without you guys. If I came to this new school, new environment, new classes, hard workload by myself would not be impossible, it would be very hard. And the support system that we have with Ms. Williams, with Ms. Lawson, the people behind the scenes, again, nice to meet you guys. It's amazing. And everybody in ACE really appreciate all of you guys.
We hands down have the best counselors in the city, even the state. I can stand behind that pretty comfortably.
well, I'm going to say something, and I know she's not going to pat herself on the back, but we definitely have to just clap and cheer and turn cartwheels for Miss Williams. I tell you, Miss Williams has a heart of gold, and doesn't matter what time, doesn't matter what day, doesn't matter how much, you say you need her, and she's there, and she truly is here for these students. And I know Miss Haley wants to be the mother hen, but I tell you, Miss Williams is right there. She is a mother, a sister, an aunt, and everything to many of us. So we appreciate her. We thank her for everything that she does for this program, and honestly, building it and keeping it moving. She has been the true foundation for that. So thank you, Miss Williams, for pushing forward and helping these babies. I know they hug, well, if we could hug, we're keeping our social distancing, but if we could hug you, sending a virtual hug and a real hug as well, we certainly appreciate you.
Well, I definitely thank you for those kind words, but I truly believe it was a team effort. I know I've called Miss Lawson on a Saturday and say, help me understand. And then she'll say, hold on, let me reach out to Maggie. I'll get back with you. And just, again, we're a family. I'm going to miss them. I'm definitely going to miss this group. I'm not going to get emotional about it, but I am going to miss them. But I have all of their cell phone numbers so they know I'll call.
Anybody have anything else to add?
I'm looking forward to working with the next group.
For people who are might be listening and are interested in learning more about dual enrollment, how can they do that?
On the Thomas Nelson website, they can go to seek information, and it is TNCC /dual and .edu, and we have a lot of information there. Ms. Hubbard and I have worked to update information about dual enrollment. Kids can take dual enrollment in the high schools or on campus, or if they're homeschoolers, we can do that also. We have early college, it's called, from some other school divisions. It's kind of like the ACE program, but it's called early college. So there are a variety of things that are available for students and for parents to learn about. We have some PowerPoints there that gives information, and we've tried to make it pretty user-friendly and easy. If people want more information about dual enrollment, they can go to the Thomas Nelson website, tncc.edu, type in dual enrollment.
Well, thank you all for taking the time today. I appreciate it. And for the students, congratulations on all you've accomplished. And for the instructors and everyone else, congratulations on helping them get through it. And we'd love to hear more about your success further on down the road. Please keep us in mind. And again, congratulations on everything. It's a great honor. And you are trailblazers.
Yes, that's right. Not guinea pigs, you're trailblazers.
Thank you.
Way to go, guys. Way to go.
Yes, indeed.